Good morning, you squeegee wielders and you water-fed pole wiggling wagglers. Come with me today as we do some work around my round, or as you in the USA would call it, the route. So we're just going to load up the van here, so let's have a look at what we're going to do. Okay, so folks, so before we head off, have a quick look around the Tradmobile and see how we've got things set up. So here we've got the water-fed pole set up, we've got the backpack on the trolley with some traditional gear attached to it, so I don't need to go back to the van. Just over there we've got the Gardner SLX 30-foot carbon fibre pole ready to rock and roll. In this tube we have the accelerator on a water-fed pole, because water-fed poles are just a bit better quality normally and much better clamps, so we've converted this one for traditional use, so that one just hides away in there. Currently, because it's quite cold this morning, all my squeegees, applicators and everything are all tucked away in the bucket down there, just to basically warm up the rubber a bit because it's quite chilly, and warm up the applicator as well because it's a cold day. It's cold. But anyway, and this is my other pride and joy, Focus ST. Lovely. So that fast, this slow. But we love the Tradmobile. It's a good workhorse. But yeah, so just like to have a quick look around the van. So we've got some microfibers up here, so for sills and frames, all that kind of stuff sits up there. You got your, well, not that I really use these anymore because I use the Mormon liquidator channels, but this is for detailing. It comes in handy if you've got leaded windows to do. You can maybe hear the train in the background there. We've got the bronze wool pad from DA Components. This is really good stuff, guys, if you want to clean up sills and frames. The pink stuff, it's really good. It's like a paste. That's quite nice. And we've got some fittings, water-fed pole stuff there. Can never go wrong with a bit of white grease, especially for the clamps up on the roof. We've got the Tradman toolbox. What else have we got? We've got our purified water ready to go, 4 containers. I mean, normally I only ever use 2 or 3 a day. Sometimes if I'm doing extra add-ons I'll use all 4, but so that's that. And then I've got the Trad belt here. Okay, all my dish soap's ready to go. And then if we have a look up here, we've got the Rhino roof clamps. These are really handy. So you just push that little red button there and you can lift the handle up. It's a quick release for the ladders. A lot of guys have these. For quite a long time I was using the old wing nut clamps, but these ones are much faster, so it's nice and easy. So I just put the white grease in the keyhole there. I don't know if you can see a little bit sticking out, just to make sure it doesn't seize up on me, because it rains a lot here. So that's basically that. What else have we got in the actual Trad cab? Got my gloves just warming nicely up on the dash there, a few spares and hats and things, and all my work gear. Oh yes, another thing I was going to show you. How do I keep my traditional water gear? It is there in the footwell. So what I normally do is I'll put my bucket on the floor, and then it's simple, I can just undo this cap and just lean it out the cab and into the bucket, and then put it back there just like so. So it's nice and easy, you don't have to keep lifting it in and out or lifting the water barrel up every time. I can just sort of lean the barrel out of the van and into the bucket, fill up the bucket, and away I go. And every window cleaner needs some tomato ketchup for when you have those lovely burgers and chips and whatnot. So yeah, which I'll hopefully have today. It's Friday, so on Friday I like to treat myself to a nice burger or a hot dog or a nice hot food in the afternoon, you know. So normally Monday to Thursday I'll make myself sandwiches, try to save a bit of money. But on the Friday it's time for a trad man treat. That should be a thing, trad man treat. I like it. Anyway, enough yabber yabbering, let's get to work, guys. Okay folks, so this is the glass that we've got to work on. Now, a quick little tip for you. This kind of windows, you've got the frames here that aren't actually really attached. So basically the problem is that the water kind of goes in behind the frame and then leaks down onto the next pane. So when you've got rows of glass like this to do, it's better to do the whole line of windows first, then dry up all the drips horizontally across there, and then do the next line underneath. But the thing that also makes this more challenging is that this window here, you've got wooden framework there, and then a rubber seal. So if you want to be able to get zero detailing, especially with the Morman liquidators, is to always kind of close out on the rubber here, as we'll go on to demonstrate in a minute. If you try and close out on sort of sealless framework like this, wooden frames, you'll always be left with a bit of detailing to do. So basically the idea is when you soap it up, as we'll see in a second, when you blade it all down is to then close out to the rubber. Then you move along, the rubber's on this side, not that side anymore. So we fan it down, close out to the rubber. Now the rubber's here, fan it down, close out to the rubber. So you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm going to be using homemade Morman liquidator 6-inch, that one there, because it's just easier to manoeuvre around these panes of glass. Okay, so let's get on with this job and let's see how we can do it. Now, you'll see what I mean when we have a look at this frame, how the water kind of leaks in behind, because that's just kind of stuck on. You can see the framework there. Okay, and what happens is the water eventually starts running out underneath the framework here. So you have to keep an eye on that, so that's why we work in rows. So I've actually already done the top row, so we're just doing the middle one, and then we're going to go on and do the lower one after I've dried up all these drips, and then do all the lower panes as well. Okay, so let's have another look at that. Okay folks, so that's that job finished, so just driving off to the next job. So as you can see in that job that we were just doing, lots of little squares to do, not the easiest in the world either, especially with the sort of framework around, you know, a couple of the sides of the window, and then you've got a rubber seal on just the one side. So like I say, it's nice and easy to close out on the rubber seal off to the side. That way you'll get zero detailing, especially if you're obviously using things like the Mormon Liquidator. The 6-inch channel that I've got, you see me using, that doesn't exist at the moment. Mormon don't make that squeegee, so you'll have to maybe use a channel that you've got laying around and cut it down to size. I've got a video on that. If you check out the playlist, there is a how to make a 6-inch liquidator. I think, if memory serves, it's actually on Window Cleaning Resources YouTube channel, so we'll leave a link in the description below on that 6-inch liquidator channel, and yeah, go and have a look at that and check that one out. So we're just driving off to the next job, which is in a place called Inverurie, so let's get cracking. Okay folks, so we're just on our way to a place called Inverurie. So we've finished where the area that I was in, that job with the lots of little squares. So join me as we start my next area called Inverurie. Okay, let's have a look. Way to go and get some lunch now. Time for some hot food. Friday treat. Normally go for some hot food. I don't know what I fancy today, but we're going to have a look. This lovely place called JG Ross. It's a baker's. It's got a restaurant and everything in it. Sorry if you're a bit blinded by the sun there. It is a very sunny day today in Scotland. So let's just find a little space to pop the Tradmobile. That'll do me fine. Let's put her in there. Right, so we've arrived. Get some lunch. I'm starving. Let's go. Okay then folks, so we've arrived at this job here, which has, as you can see, a bit of hopefully a bit of leaded glass up at the top there. So it's just easier to use the water-fed pole trolley to get the high windows done, and then do all the low stuff traditionally as per normal. As you can see, the windows at the bottom have leaded glass as well. So sometimes what I like to do is grab the water-fed pole and basically do the top section anyway, the leaded glass, with the water-fed pole, and then use a squeegee underneath. Sometimes. Other times I'll just put a dry microfiber, well, say dry, a little bit damp, and put it over the squeegee like so on a pole, and then buff the leaded glass that way. But yeah, I mean, normally leaded glass can be a bit of a pain, but there's a will, there's a way. So let's get on with this job and get it done. Alright folks, so now you've just seen a couple of jobs today that we did. So one was that sort of lots of little squares, lovely, good fun to do. And the other one with a bit of leaded glass at the top of the framework and the windows. And then obviously that normal kind of pane of glass PVC style of window underneath. So yeah, that's pretty much sort of today's video for you. Obviously I probably couldn't take you around on every single job, otherwise this would be an extremely long video. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that little snippets
of those couple of jobs. And thank you very much for tuning in, much appreciated. And hopefully it's been of some help and use to you. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.